Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In my last video you saw that I made this circuit in which I used two CFL inverters 20 watts to charge this capacitor bank, with which I finally operated power tools like angle grinders and a drill machine. Okay, so in this video I am going to upgrade this circuit, which means that instead of these two CFL inverters I am going to place this 12 volts to 220 volts inverter, which is 100 watts. And to be more specific, as you can see that it is written DC converter. For those of you who didn't see my last video, you can go to this video's description and find the link there. Okay, so guys, what I have done is I have connected this inverter in series with this 100 watt bulb to this rectifier. Okay, so guys, to the AC input terminals of this bridge rectifier, I have connected this 100 watt inverter with this 100 watt bulb in series. Now the connection of this 100 watt bulb in series with the bridge rectifier is very important, because when I will connect a 12 volt battery to the terminals of this inverter, the output voltage of this inverter will be at 250 or around 300 volts, but it is being fed to this capacitor bank which is at 0 volts. Now the capacitor takes some time to reach the input supply voltage, and during that time this inverter is going to suffer severe load, because of which the inverter circuit might get damaged. So in that case, when the capacitor bank is at 0 volts, which will be the maximum loading condition for this inverter, this 100 watt bulb is going to help by distributing the voltage on itself and a part of it on this capacitor bank. In simple terms, this bulb will ensure that the maximum power output of this inverter never goes beyond 100 watts. Okay, now same as before, the output of this capacitor bank has been connected directly to this multimeter, which will keep on indicating the charge on this capacitor bank, so that we can stop the input supply to this inverter if it goes beyond 250 volts, which is the rated voltage of these capacitors. Otherwise the capacitors will explode. Okay, so guys, this is the 12 volts 7Ah battery that I am going to use, same as before. Okay, so guys, as you can see that the multimeter is indicating almost 0 volt charge on the capacitor bank. I have connected one of the terminals from the inverter to this battery, and the other terminal is still disconnected. And when I will connect it, Because of the short circuit that the capacitor bank will suffer at the start, this bulb should start glowing, and as the capacitor bank keeps on gaining charge, the voltage across this bulb will keep on dropping until it reaches 0 volts. Okay, go. Yeah, so the bulb has started glowing at its maximum illuminance, and its illuminance is decreasing with the charge which is increasing on the capacitor bank, and it has attained around 100 volts. So guys, I'm going to test it at 170. Yeah, 170 should be good enough. And you can see that the voltage is dropping across the capacitor bank because of the air resistance. This is my old drill machine, and these are its terminals. I'll touch it to the capacitor bank. So some practical tests now. In my last video guys, you saw me drill a hole through this wood, but in this video I'm going to drill a hole through this metal piece. Okay, so guys, now I'm going to connect this terminal of the inverter to charge the capacitor bank and test the drill. Okay. Yeah, it is working. Okay, so guys, you saw that this time it easily drilled a hole even through metal, and it was thick. Like you can see the thickness this system went through. Okay, so yeah, the system is performing really good. Now it's time to put the angle grinder to test. And always remember, even though you have removed the input terminals of this inverter, the capacitor bank is still charged to 166 volts and decreasing. So if you touch the terminals, you will get electrocuted, that's for sure. So for that reason, I'm going to bring the charge of this capacitor bank to 0 by free running this drill machine. Okay. Yeah, it is almost 13 or 14 volts. Now all I have to do is I will short circuit here. Okay. Yeah, it got stuck. So you can imagine that at 14 volts and it got stuck over here. What would happen if a short circuit occurs at 250 volts? Okay, so guys, last time it was just a nail that I cut with this angle grinder, but this time I'm going to cut this thick metal with this angle grinder. Okay, so let's start charging the capacitor bank. Go. Capacitor bank is charging and the voltage is being indicated over here. Okay, go. Yeah, okay, so guys, now I'm disconnecting this. Okay, so guys, as you can see, it made a pretty good cut through this metal. So my experience is that this circuit is performing much better than my previous circuit, and this upgrade was a good step. So as I said before, I'm still saying it now. If you have any queries about this circuit, about the working of this project, how you are going to get these capacitors, or where are you going to get that inverter from, and what is the use of this project, you can ask all these questions in comments and I will answer them. So guys, that would be all about the video. Thank you so much for watching it. Please hit like and don't forget to share and subscribe. Thank you.